You know, when it comes to the terms multi-ethnic and multicultural, multi-ethnic is a term that I've been using to really talk about the issue of race. Because in the Bible, ethnicity, nationality are terms that are used. Really, race is something that is post-biblical story, post the biblical history that we read. So multi-ethnic is a biblical way of talking about, Latinos, African American, Irish, Polish, and so forth. Now, multicultural is something that goes beyond just ethnicity, or when we talk about race. So a culture can be like hip hop culture, or it can be the Southern culture, the Northern culture, the culture in Johannesburg, South Africa. So culture can be various expressions based on language, fashion, values, where multi-ethnic is more looking at issues of ethnicity and nationality. I found that one of the ways that we have been able to deal with barriers, whether they're race, class, place, is by serving. And so when we planted our church in 2003, even before we were worshiping every single Sunday, we were trying to serve as much as we could, serving by tutoring kids. When you start tutoring kids at an elementary school, let's say, in an inner city setting or a rural setting, you start to understand some of the issues in terms of disparities in education. So that led us not just to tutoring kids, but then we started doing school supply drives. We started understanding that teachers lacked certain resources, and so we came alongside. So I would just look at your community, adopt a school, adopt a rec center, adopt a block, get in relationship with people, and as you serve them, you start with compassionate ministries. And I think that compassion and mercy then leads to justice. So when we serve, we actually are on the on-ramp to doing justice. If your church is in an all-white rural area, again, as I talked about issues of justice, serving is such a great start, and serving outside of your area, of your environment. So I used to be a youth pastor at a church in Tip City, Ohio. But that church began to grow and see diversity because in the youth group, through missions and service projects into inner city Dayton, Ohio, going on missions trips to Tijuana, Mexico, to Jamaica, it gave that church a kingdom view, a view of the world beyond Tip City, Ohio. So sometimes you can't look out your front door and see diversity. Sometimes you got to get on a bus and go to another state. Sometimes you got to get on a plane and go to another country. And so I think you got to look at the resources you have. But even if you in your local community said, we're going to go down to an inner city neighborhood and we're going to tutor kids. We're going to do a vacation Bible school. We're going to serve and then build relationships so churches can serve you, so that we don't just see the inner city, let's say, as a mission field, but the rural area we're in becomes a mission field so that people of other races, ethnicities can come serve us too.